much joy as we celebrate the return of one of the 128 Infantry Eagle Battalion. Gracious God, we welcome them with open arms, as well as their families. We thank you, gracious God, for the soldiers and for their families, for this past year made tremendous sacrifices and served our country. These commitments and their dedication have been a blessing to all of us, gracious God, for we know that freedom is never free. Bless these soldiers as they reunite with their families. We pray this for God and country. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. You may put your formation at ease. They are. We begin today by introducing the people who you see seated before you, who have come together to represent the leadership of the Wisconsin National Guard. From the returning units, chain of command, and higher headquarters. From the 32nd Infantry Brigade Combat Team, Sergeant Major Aaron Johnson. Commander of the 32nd Infantry Brigade Combat Team, Lieutenant Colonel Ryan Matterman. From state leadership, Command Sergeant Major Raphael Conde, the State Command Sergeant Major for the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Command Chief Warrant Officer 5, William Craig, the State Command Chief Warrant Officer. Brigadier General Joni Matthews, the Deputy Adjutant General for the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Brigadier General Robin Blader, the Assistant Adjutant General for Readiness and Training. And the Adjutant General of Wisconsin, Major General Paul Knapp. And finally, our guests of honor today, the soldiers of the 1st Battalion, 128th Infantry. Let's give them a big round of applause. Today, these soldiers who stand before you have returned from combat operations in Afghanistan, supporting Operation Freedom Sentinel and Resolute Support. There they embarked on a mission in which they conducted hundreds of missions as guardian angels, providing force protection for countless engagements between advisors from the 3rd Security Force Assistance Brigade, other coalition forces, contractors, and Afghan troops. Their assigned missions were executed with professionalism and efficiency, and they added a new chapter of outstanding service to the honor and history and legacy of the 1st Battalion, 128th Infantry, and that of the Red Arrow. They now return to Wisconsin, ready to assume the mission of the state as citizen soldiers, and as always stand ready to execute their dual mission as our state's first military responder during times of emergency, and as the primary combat reserve of the Army. As always, they remain ready to fulfill any mission asked of them with intensity, pride, and honor. Brigadier General Matthews will now give the order to uncase the colors, which symbolizes her certification that the 1st Battalion, 128th Infantry has returned from deployment.
Battalion! Battalion! Push!
Uncase the colors.
The very soul of a military unit is symbolized in the colors under which it fights, for they record the glories of the past, stand guardian over its present destiny, and ensure inspiration for its future. The colors lead the unit into battle. When in action, resolve not to part with the colors, but with your life. Today, the colors serve as a binding symbol of continuity and point of inspiration for the future. Commanders and soldiers come and go, but the colors remain steadfast. Today, the 1st Battalion, 128th Infantry uncases its colors here in Wisconsin, signifying their return from deployment to Afghanistan. Welcome home, 1st Battalion, 128th Infantry. At this time, I'd like to invite Lieutenant Colonel Aaron Freund, the commander of the 1st Battalion, 128th Infantry, to say a few words.
listen closely. Listen to all the ones we told you that supported this mission from the beginning. We have trained hard. We understand that the most dangerous portion of any operation is the transition. Of the countless missions we have done, we are at another transition point. And again, you are not alone. Like you come up early, come up often. Our formation, past and present, we take care of our own. You've done a phenomenal job. You certainly have furthered national security objectives very selflessly for the rest of us. Take that pride home to your families. Take that pride home to your town, you came from, so others may emulate what you have become. Because you all have become American heroes and are a part of something special. You have a distinct part of this unit's history by the actions that you conducted. You continue to serve at a time of conflict for the betterment of others. And as your commander, I thank you for the privilege to watch you perform. Welcome home, Eagle Battalion. This one's for you. Eagle 6 out.
Thank you, Colonel Freund. At this time, I would like to introduce Command Sergeant Major Rafael Conde to offer his remarks.
Hey, good afternoon. I don't know if you guys remember this, but about 13 months ago, we were sitting at UW South, and I think it was about 102 degrees inside that auditorium. And that was a rough day, not just because of the temperature, but because we were saying goodbye. As the senior enlisted leader for the state, this is the best part of my job, is what you guys do. You've earned everything that you've earned. Continue to be proud of you. You are the latest combat veterans in the state of Wisconsin. That is a tough order for us to have. So thank you for your service. Thank you for what you've done. God bless you. Let's get you home.
Thank you, Command Sergeant Major Conde. At this time, I'd like to introduce Brigadier General Joni Matthews to offer her welcoming remarks.
Good afternoon, Eagle Battalion. So one of the greatest, most honored order I can ever give is uncasing the colors. You don't know what it does to me. It makes me feel so great to have all of you back on Wisconsin soil. It's good to see you all here. I want to thank you so much for the sacrifices that you've made. Sacrifices from being away from your employment. Sacrifices from being away from school. For those of you who are students. But most of all, the sacrifices that you made being separated from your loved ones. So I'm not going to keep you any longer. I just want to thank you once again, give them a great big hug, and thank them for all the support that they gave you while you were gone. God bless.
Thank you, General Matthews. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my honor to introduce the commander of the 10,000 men and women, soldiers and airmen of the Wisconsin National Guard, the Adjutant General of Wisconsin, Major General Paul Black.
Good afternoon and welcome home, Eagle Battalion. So great to see you. This is quite an honor. A lot has changed here in Wisconsin since you left. Number one is I wasn't too much of a gentleman yet. I wasn't in the Wisconsin National Guard, but I can tell you that today more than ever is one of the things that makes me most proud to be part of this formation, and that's welcoming you home after a successful mission overseas. Captain Travada prepared a lot of remarks for me that were very well done, and you'll be happy to know that I'm going to skip most of them. So what I do want to say is, on behalf of Governor Evers and the rest of Wisconsin, to include your employers and most importantly your families, we are so proud of you. We want to welcome you home. day to day here in the state. I've gone thousands of guardsmen have been working here, activated, and doing different missions inside the state. And they basically kept the watch while you were gone. And you kept the watch overseas. We've all done our mission, and we've done it well. And in particularly, you have made your unit and made Wisconsin and made all of us proud. So I am going to skip right toward the end, and I'm going to introduce a video or some audio from Governor Evers. We have a video, but I don't think you're able to see it here. You can watch it later at home. So we're going to play Governor Evers' audio welcome you home. And then I know I'm standing in the way of you seeing your families. So after that, we'll get you on the buses. We've got the state patrol here going to escort each of your buses back to your armories. And I'm so excited to have you back. And one thing I forgot to mention, I want you, each and every one of you, to thank your families when you get home. They, along with you, have served over the past period while you've been gone. They are the linchpin and the foundation that makes us able to do the service that we can to our country. So they too provide an invaluable service to this country. So without further ado, let's play the welcome home from Governor Evers.
Governor Tony was here. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, I am thrilled to welcome home our outstanding citizen soldiers of the 1st Battalion, 128th. While I know that your mission was cut short, you have accomplished much and represented Wisconsin well. As a state, we're grateful for your service and tremendously proud of you. You took on this unique and challenging mission with professionalism, and you can rest assured that you and your fellow soldiers who remain overseas made a major impact. Time and time again, our citizen soldiers like you answered the call, and we owe you a debt of gratitude. I know that for many of you, this was your first deployment. For others, this might have been a second, third, or even fourth deployment. Some of you tabled college plans for a year, others left civilian employers, and all of you left your families to serve something larger than yourself. That said, you are returning to Wisconsin during an unprecedented time. Over 1,000 of your fellow Wisconsin National Guard soldiers and airmen have been actively involved since March in our state's ongoing response to the COVID-19 pandemic. As Commander-in-Chief of the National Guard, I am truly humbled by the professionalism, tenacity, and sense of duty that you and all members of the Guard exemplify, whether home or abroad. As you return home and reintegrate back into your communities, your civilian careers, your education, and with your families, I promise that we as a state will support you 100%. Wisconsin provides tremendous resources to assist your transition back to civilian life, and I urge you to take advantage of these resources to advance your education, enhance your careers, and assist your families. I wish you well as you make that transition. I also want to take a moment to thank the folks here at home, families, communities, employers, and so on, for your return as well. Ensuring we can focus on the mission at hand. So once again, welcome home and thank you for your tremendous courage and sacrifice and for your service to the state and the nation.
All right, on behalf of Governor Evers, as he said, welcome home. On behalf of the entire state, your families, and our nation, thank you for your service, and welcome back, Eagle Battalion.
Thank you, General Knapp. As we prepare to conclude this ceremony, we want to express our gratitude to all those who helped put this ceremony together and who came here today to honor the soldiers of the 1st Battalion, 128th Infantry, including the 132nd Army Band and the Chippewa Valley Regional Airport. We want to thank you both for your support. At this time, we ask that you please rise as Chaplain Hedman closes today's proceedings with a benediction. We ask that you remain standing for the Army song.
May God bless each of you. And now,
out the true who have fought to victory. We're the army and proud of our name. We're the army and proudly proclaim. First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might. And the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won. And the army goes rolling along. Then it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way. Count off the cadence loud and strong. For wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremony. 1st Battalion, 128th Infantry, welcome home and Godspeed. Commander, take charge of your soldiers. These are just suggestions.